So today we will study two subject. Subject number one, we will study identifying the object of meditation for this context. Then if we could, so we will study about focusing your minds. Before then, so I will quickly do the revision about the object of meditation. At the beginning, page number 35, it mentioned there are the four kinds of objects of meditation. The object of meditation themselves, it has a four. Without looking your numbering book, can you tell me what are the four objects of meditation? Universal object of meditation, object of meditation for purifying your behavior, object of meditation for expertise, and object of meditation for purifying afflictions. So these four objects are interconnected. In order to complete the meditations, so we need to combine these four objects. Within the universal object of meditation has a four. What are the four? Please answer me. Discursiveness image, non-discursiveness image, the limits of existence, and achievement of your purpose. First, there are two objects, discursive image, non-discursive image. This means the two types of images are posited in terms of the observer. When the image became object or focus of serenity, then the image, the mental image, became non-discursive image. When the image become object of insight, then the image became a discursive image. Therefore, is mentioned here, in terms of the observer, mean there are two kinds of mind. One is the insight, one is the serenity image. The image is not the actual specifically characterized object upon which your mind is focused, for rather the appearance of the objects aspect to your mind. So this one very important, please everybody keep in your mind. So when we do meditation, we need a thing to meditate. We need an object to meditate. So therefore, meditation objects. So for example, when you think about impermanence, then through reasoning and logics, then you fully understood the meaning of emptiness. In your mind, then you appear the meaning of emptiness. When you meditate on emptiness without analyzing, then the image is non-discursive image. When you analyze the aspect or image in your mind about impermanence, then the aspect, the image became discursive, because while you are focusing on impermanence, so you are doing analysis. You analyze about impermanent. Therefore, whenever you do meditation, please make sure the object of meditation always the image, the aspect which is appeared to your mind. Clear? For example, first you look at the Buddha. After you look at for a while, then you can have the image of the Buddha in your mind. The image of the Buddha, the aspect of the Buddha in your mind, this is the actual object of meditation, not the external, the outside Buddha statue. So therefore, image, right? Then the limits of existence are posited, we then refer to the absorbment object. When we do meditation, the object always only two kinds, two types. The conventional object and ultimate object. Therefore, all object can include into conventional and ultimate. Therefore, we call the limits based in terms of the absorbed object, right? Then, object of meditation, purifying your behavior. So behavior means different people has a different kind of, habits, different kinds of action. Somebody always have a very strong anger or hatred. Somebody has a always strong attachment. Somebody has a very strong pride or ignorance. Due to those negative thoughts, due to the afflictive emotions, different people has different behaviors. So in order to reduce the behaviors, then we need to find the right object to reduce, to control our behaviors. Therefore, object of meditation for purifying your behavior. It has how many objects? 5. Right? What are the 5 objects of meditation for purifying your behavior? What are they? Please answer in your mind. Ugliness, dependent arising, differentiation of constituents, then inhalation and exhalation, right? Those are the 5. Yeah, 5. So if you feel, oh, somehow today I have a very strong attachment, strong desire, based on this affliction emotion, your behavior has changed. So in order to control the behaviors which is caused by attachment, then we need to reduce, we need to control attachment. How? We need to meditate on ugliness or essenceless. How we can meditate on ugliness? For example, when you have a strong attachment, towards a person, we should not think the person is ugly. We should think the physical body look beautiful, looks very clean. Actually, it is ugliness, it is impure. So you think few times, after you thinking few times, then your mind has a understanding. The object is ugly, the object is impure. Then you must remember the ugliness, the impurity which is appeared to your mind. Then your mind just fully absorb, continuously look at the ugliness, essenceless, impurity which is appeared to your mind. Right? Therefore, ugliness is the antidote to reduce attachment, desire. Then anger, love. Differentiation of constitutions. When you have a very strong pride about your physical body, then you compare your body with somebody body which is more beautiful than your body. Then your pride going to change, going to reduce. If you have a very pride, strong pride about your property, your well-being, then you must compare your well-being and other people who has a lot of more wealth. Then through that you can reduce the pride, right? Therefore, 5 objects of meditation for purifying your behaviors. Differentiation of constituent, then dependent arisings. So if you have a strong ignorance, then you need to meditate on dependent arising. Dependent arising, arising dependently. So when you understood the meaning of dependent arising, then your mind also just absorb, just only look at on the dependent arising. When you analyze the aspect of dependent arising which is appear to your mind, then the image we name discursive image. The dependent arising, right? Then next one is exhale and inhalation. Sometimes when you wake up early morning, suddenly you feel your mind, you have so many different thoughts. So many thoughts come constantly. Due to those many thoughts, it makes you unhappy, you got a lot of disturbance. Therefore, you need to reduce all the different thoughts through meditating on your breath. Therefore, he mentioned, Lama Tsong mentioned, you count your breath, or you just absorb your breath without distraction. Right now you can see the 5 objects of meditation for purifying your behavior also connect with the universal object. Discursive, non-discursive, limits, and achievement of your purpose. Next, object of meditation for expertise. So I will explain more this one because many people confuse, many people not sure what does mean expertise. Expertise, right? Therefore, there's again 5 objects, aggregates, the constituents, the sources, dependent arising, what is and is not possible. For 5 objects of meditation for expertise. These 5 objects can help us to overcome ignorance, mainly ignorance. First, we always have been saying, we always say, I am happy, I am not happy, he is happy, she is happy. All we have been talking about me and my, him and her, she, her, but we really don't recognize what is mean I, where's the I, how the I's established, exist. Usually we feel I is very independent I, independent me. We never realize the I is mainly designated based on 5 aggregates. Therefore, all the condition phenomena, condition which is depend on causes and condition, we name condition phenomena. All the condition phenomena we can include into 5 aggregates. So you have to know any kinds of condition phenomena, whether form or consciousness, feeling, this, so and so. Without 5 aggregates, from separate from 5 aggregates, there cannot be any condition phenomena. Therefore, all condition phenomena must include into 5 aggregates. Particularly, in order to realize I mean how I exist, how I recognize, how I establish, then we must know the 5 aggregates, right? Therefore, what are the 5 aggregates? Please answer. Form, that means, all the physical things, doesn't matter the internal physical or external physical. All the physical things are form. Form. Any kinds of form. Then feeling. So when we say we are happy, that moment we have a very pleasant feeling. When we say I'm not happy, that moment we have a very unpleasant feeling due to different reason. When you say, oh, I'm okay, I'm so, you have a neutral feeling. You never feel I'm very pleasant, unpleasant, you feel neutral. That means all feelings, pleasant, unpleasant, neutral, include into feeling. Then discrimination. There's 2 kinds of. Then compositional factor. That means all the, like sentient beings, all bodhisattva, all Buddhas must include into compositional factor. Then consciousness, whether positive, negative, compassion, kindness, generally we can say consciousness. Then when you become very expert about the 5 aggregates, how all conditioned phenomena include into it, particularly when you understand I am merely designated based on 5 aggregates, then you will realize I exist but not selfly. There's not such as self, I. There's not such as independent I. I is merely designated based on 5 aggregates. Form, for example, oh, I'm fat, oh, I'm slim, oh, I'm thin. When you say I'm thin, based on your body. Therefore, you can see sometimes, you yourself recognize based on the body. Also, when we say I'm happy, also me, I, based on designated, based on feeling. When you say, oh, I'm totally ignorant, I'm very intelligent, also I establish based on mind, based on consciousness. Therefore, XPT in this is knowing that apart from these aggregates, the self, what pertains to the self do not exist. So when you become XPT about 5 aggregates, you will know, you're going to realize selflessness. Then also the second B, the constituent are the eyes and the other of the 18 constituents. There's 18 totally there's 18 constituents. For example, 6 objects: form, sound, like a smell, taste, textures, then phenomena. 6 object. Then 6 consciousness: eyes consciousness, air consciousness, nose consciousness, tongue consciousness, the body consciousness, then 6 mind. Then 6 faculties or 6 organs: eyes organs, air, nose, tongue, body, then the mind, the mental faculty. This means there are totally 18 constituents. Therefore, here, XPT in them is knowing that the causal condition by which those constituents arise from their own seats. Seats or, like power or kind of energy. Seats, not referred to the outer seats. That means when your air consciousness arises, is aware something. Aware what? What does it arise? It aware the sound. If there's only sound, no air consciousness, then we cannot perceive the sound. There's a sound, there's an air faculty, no air consciousness, then also we cannot perceive the sound or voice. Therefore, you can see, the eye consciousness, eyes faculty, the form are interdependent. Therefore, if you become XPT about the 18 constituents, then you become master in causes and condition. Then next one, the sources are the eyes and other are for the 12 sources. That means 12 sources, right? Again, 6 object, 6 consciousness. 6 internal sources are the dominant condition for the 6 consciousness. That the 6 external sources are the object condition that the mind which has just ceased in the immediately preceding condition. That means in order to arise for example, the air consciousness depend on 3 conditions. One is the dominant condition. That means the eye faculty, the eyes organ is the dominant condition. Right? Then the sound is the object condition. The previous, air consciousness is the immediate preceding conditions. That means now you know how the consciousness are arising. Therefore, here mentioned here, preceding condition. The sources are eyes and the others of the 12 sources. XPT in this is knowing that the 6 internal sources are the dominant condition for the 6 consciousness. That the 6 internal sources are the object condition. And the mind which has just ceased is the immediately preceding condition. So when you become very expert about the sources, you are free from ignorance about cause. When you become expert about the 5 aggregates, you are free from ignorance about I or self. Dependent arising is the 12 factors. XPT in them is knowing that they are impermanent, suffering, and devoid of self. When you fully understood the 12 dependent arising from ignorance to aging and death, then you will going to know impermanence. You will going to know the truth of suffering. You will going to understand the selflessness of empty of self. Dependent arising is the 12th factor. XPT in them is knowing that they are impermanent, suffering, and devoid of self. Then what is and not possible referred to such a thing is being possible for pleasant fruition. So what is and is, what is and is not possible. That means the similar condition produce similar fruits. The similar fruits must come from similar conditions. For example, the pleasant, the happiness must come from the virtues, the healthy causes condition. Then unpleasant, it's like unhappiness must come from unhealthy causes and condition. That means the non-virtuous condition. Therefore, the virtuous condition, the positive condition cannot produce, it is impossible to produce unpleasant things. The virtuous causes condition always produce pleasing things. It is impossible to produce unpleasant things. The non-virtuous actions always produce unpleasant things. It is impossible to produce pleasant things. Therefore, it is not impossible. Right? Therefore, when you become expert this one, then you totally free from ignorant about the virtuous action produce pleasant things. The non-virtuous action always produce unpleasant things. So XPT, what does mean? We have to be expert about the 5 objects, which is 5 aggregates, sources, then constituents, dependent arising, then what is and it is not possible. XPT. So it's explained more detailedly later. XPD. Then also is mentioned later. For example, first you think about 5 aggregates. Then slowly 5 aggregates you can expand into all the condition phenomena. Form, there's two kinds of internal form, external form. Within the internal, there are 5. Within the external, there are 5. When you expand more and more, it's caused to generate insight. When you include from water to all the way to the 5 aggregates, the 5 aggregates into the condition phenomena is help you to cultivate serenity. Expand because you increase your intelligence is going to help to cultivate insight. When you include all the condition phenomena, total include into 5 aggregates. For farmers, you just meditate on the condition phenomena. We have to cultivate serenity. Therefore, XPT. Then object of meditation for purifying afflictions, it has two objects. Right? First, object of meditation for purifying your behavior. There are 5 kinds of behaviors depending on 5 afflictive or 5 thoughts. This one, purifying afflictions. Object of meditation for purifying afflictions. It has 2 kinds. Purifying affliction means either merely reducing the strength of the seeds of the afflictions, or else utterly eradicating the seeds. Right? You want to just reducing the seeds of the afflictions, or you want to eradicate the seeds of the afflictions. Right? When you reduce the seeds, you're going to reduce the afflictions. When you eradicate the seeds, you're going to eradicate the afflictions. So which one you want to do is up to you. According to your desire, you need to use the object of meditation for purifying afflictions. Right? Clear? True. Purifying affliction means either merely reducing the strength of the seeds of afflictions, or else utterly eradicating the seeds. In the former case, so how you can just reducing the seeds, not eliminating, that means meditation are the competitive grossness of each lower stage and the competitive calmness of each higher stage. So you want to just reducing the seeds of the attachment of the desire realms, anger of the desire realms, ignorance of the desire realms. Then you need to, compare the grossness and the calmness. In the desire realms is a very much gross compared to the form beings, form realms. When you compare the two realms, desire and form, then you will see the form realm is much happy, much calm, much peaceful than desire realms. If you always meditate, there's the competitive desire realms and form, then slowly you're going to control all the negative thoughts of the desire realms. That means you can have a very, minimal desire realm, desire attachment, desire realms anger, or you will have a very strong attachment towards the form realms. So therefore, this kind of meditation help us to just reduce the seeds, cannot eliminate the seeds. In order to eradicate the seeds of the afflictions, then we need to meditate on Four Noble Truths. Then, 16 aspects of the Four Noble Truths. Therefore, in the latter case, the object of meditation are impermanence and the other of the 16 aspects of the Four Noble Truths. Right? Therefore, these two kind of object of meditation mainly for reducing the seeds of the afflictions or eradicating the seeds of the afflictions. So we really have to know, those objects of meditations. At the beginning, if you are very much sure all the objects of meditation, then later it's not much easy to do meditation. So please turn page number 38. It's a little bit, important conclusion, page number 38, from the second paragraph. Among the 4 types of object of meditations, right? 4 types of meditation, object of meditation for purifying behavior, as explained, facilitated the stopping attachment, and such as those whose behavior is dominated by attachment, right? Attachment. Therefore, when you do meditation on ugliness, the meditation on ugliness facilitates stop what? Stop attachment. There are special objects of meditation because you may readily attain concentration based upon them. Object of meditation of the experience. Therefore, in order to achieve concentration, in order to attain concentration, so we need to use for this object based upon them. And why? Because look, at concentration is a mind which is fully able to concentrate on object. For example, everybody just imagine this moment, everybody commonly meditating on the Buddha Shakyamuni. When I say, please everybody meditate on Buddha, I'm not saying you just look at the Buddha. You always watch the image of the Buddha in your mind. Clear? Therefore, please everybody just, okay, let's say, please everybody meditate on the Buddha. Concentrate on Buddha. That means the aspect, image of the Buddha, which is in your mind, right? So everybody commonly, meditate on the Buddha. Suddenly, we got distraction. Be distracted by attachment. Then we never try to reduce the attachment. which is distract us, we still try to continuously try to meditate on Buddha. We cannot, because the attachment is really annoying our meditation. Therefore, immediately, urgently, we need to stop the attachment. The attachment we cannot stop only chanting, only recitation. We have to use the antidotes to stop the attachment, which is meditation on ugliness. So we have to meditate on ugliness until we control attachment, until the attachment become calm. Then again we meditate on the Buddha. Right? Buddha. Second, same I think, love. Also, everybody we commonly meditate on the Buddha. Suddenly, we got distraction. Our mind is disturbed by anger, hatred. We just ignore anger or hatred. We try to meditate on the Buddha continuously. We cannot. Our concentration, our meditation is disturbed by anger and hatred. Therefore, immediately we need to reduce the anger and hatred based on meditating on love and compassion. We must reduce the anger, hatred, applying the meditation on love. Then when the anger becomes very calm, then we do meditation again on the Buddha. So therefore, it's very important. There are special objects of meditation because you may readily attain concentration based upon them. Therefore, 5 objects for purifying behavior is very special meditation. This object is very special. Then object of meditation for XPT are conducive to the development of the insight that no emptiness as much as they are refute personal self. They do not include among those phenomena. Therefore, they are excellent object of meditation for cultivating serenity. So the XPT, right, object of meditation for XPT are conducive, is very important cause to develop of the insight that knows emptiness. So I have a doubt little with this one because let's see in Tibetan. Okay, object of meditation inside, there's no emptiness in as much as they refute personal self. That means when you know the 5 aggregates, the person, the being, human, everybody only designated based on 5 aggregates. They are not such as independent self-I. Therefore, when you become expert about the 5 aggregates, you will realize selflessness, empty of self. Then it becomes very conducive to cultivate insight. Therefore, they are excellent object of meditation for cultivating serenity. Object of meditation for dispelling the affliction set as a general antidote to the affliction, so they have great significance. Therefore, the object of meditation for reducing the afflictions are very important object because it's become antidotes, right? So how many types of object of meditation for purifying your afflictions? There are two types. One is the competitiveness, the competitives. Compare desarium form. Desarium is very gross. Form realm is very peace. This meditation also become antidotes to reduce afflictions. Therefore, object meditation dispelling afflictions set as a general antidote to afflictions. They have great significance. Then, universal object meditation are not distinct from the information or formations. Mean universal object, there are actually four, but four are not separated from the other three objects of meditation. Right? When you study very precisely, you cannot find, oh, the universal object is totally separate from the activity of the meditation or the rest of. This means it just expand the universal object. Therefore, the universal object of meditation are not distinct from the affirmations. Before explain that there is no separate. Therefore, since these are kind of advice, therefore, since you must achieve concentration using an object of meditative serenity that has particular purpose, right? Therefore, since you must achieve concentration using an object of meditative serenity that has a particular purpose. Therefore, the object of universal object of meditation is a four. Meditation object for purifying your behavior, the meditation object purifying your afflicted emotions, the meditation object XPT has a very important, purpose. Therefore, when you do meditation, we must use, one of these object for your meditation. Particular purpose, those achieve concentration using things like bubbles and the twitch for the object of meditation are clearly ignorance. Teaching on the object of concentration. Therefore, somebody prefer to meditate on light. Prefer to meditate on like a flower. Yes, you're going to achieve, mindfulness, but it doesn't reduce any of the negative thoughts. It doesn't change your behavior. It doesn't change your afflictions. It doesn't change your ignorance. Therefore, if you are interested in meditation, think about this object and use one of the object as your meditation. Then from here, we just jump all the way to page number 39. Who should meditate on which object? Right? There's so many objects. Total how many objects? 16, right? 5 objects for purifying behaviors, 5 objects purifying afflictions, 4 objects expertise, and 2 objects purifying afflictions. So I think there's totally 12, right? Behavior, there's 5. XPT, there's 5, 10. 5, 5, 10, 16. So there are totally 16 objects of meditation. How? 16 or 12, I think, yeah. Object of meditation purify your behavior, 5. Object meditation for XPT, 5. 5, 10. Then object of meditation for purifying afflictions, 2. There's a total, I think, 12 objects. So which object we must use? This is a very common question. Somebody asks, oh, I want to do meditation. How I should do meditation is a common question. So which object is the best to meditate? The answer is very simple here. We should meditate on which object? As there are various kinds of people, from those which preponderance of the attachment to those with the preponderance of the discursiveness. So there's so many different people has a different habits, different habituation. So we cannot say this object must be object of meditation. It depends on the person, it depends on individual. So how? Next you can see they quoted from the teaching, Buddha teaching. What's the answer here? There are various kinds of people, from those with preponderance of the attachment, those with preponderance of discursiveness. So if you are kind of person which is totally dominant by kind of attachment, your mind is totally dominant by attachment, then ugliness is the best object to meditate on. If you have a lot of discursive thoughts, lot of different thoughts, then exhalation, inhalations, absorbing your breath is the best object to meditate. There's a very nice quotation from the teaching. Rivata is the disciple of one of the disciples of the Buddha. If attachment uniquely dominant the behavior of a monk, yogi, a practitioner of yoga, then he focuses his mind on the object of meditation of ugliness. If attachment uniquely dominant the behavior of a monk, yogi, a practitioner of yoga, then he focus his mind where on the object. Which object? Ugliness. If hatred dominates his behavior, he meditates on love. If ignorance dominates his behavior, then he meditates on dependent arising of condition. If pride dominates his behavior, he focuses his mind on the differentiation of the constituents. So this answer, right? Then next here, if discursiveness uniquely dominate his behavior, then he focuses his mind on awareness of the exhalation and inhalation of the breath. And this way, he focuses his mind on the appropriate object of meditation. Appropriate, right? Now I think everybody quite clear how to do meditation, what object we must use, when we use. For example, I told just before, we only focus on the Buddha in order to achieve serenity. This is, let's say, my kind of main achievement. I want to attain serenity. Therefore, I want to use the Buddha as my meditation object. Also, sometimes you need to use, one of the 5 objects for purifying your behavior. You need to use, 2 kinds of objects, which is purifying your afflictions. Sometimes you need to use a 5 objects of expertise, but mainly you can use the Buddha as your object of meditation because you need to achieve serenity. Therefore, when, how long, we have, this is the answer. Next, there's another quotation from Asanga. In this regard, person whose behavior is dominated by attachment, hatred, ignorance, pride, or discursiveness should for a while at the outset, just purifying those behaviors by contemplating the object of meditation for purifying behaviors. Then look, after this, they will see the stability of their mind and they will ascertain only their object of meditation. So they should definitely perceive at the using the object of meditation. This sentence is a very important, it's kind of very conclusion, right? For a while, the outset, just purifying those behavior by contemplating the object of meditation for purifying behavior. Then after this, they will see the stability of their mind and they will ascertain only their object of meditation. That means usually you always use only one object for your meditation, one object. Then sometimes you have an attachment, annoying by anger, attachment, desire, then you need to use other object in order to reduce. You use the object until your mind becomes very stable. Then again you use your usual object of meditation. Clear? Quite clear, right? Then there's a few things we have to know today here continuously. Thus, you certainly should walk with this object of meditation if you are a person, let's say, if you are a person whose behavior is balanced. There's one kind of person, their negative thoughts be balanced. Or one whose afflictions are slight. Then it's sufficient to keep your attention whichever of the affirmation object of meditation you like. It is not necessary to have particular one. Please read one more from if you are a person, also you can read in Chinese. If you are a person whose behaviors is balanced, or one whose afflictions are slight, then it's sufficient to give your attention on whichever one of the affirmation object of meditation you like. What does mean? That means there are so many people. If your emotions are quite balanced, attachment 50%, anger 50%, pride 50% or less than 50%, ignorance 50% more than less is a balance. Then you can use any object of meditation which is mentioned previously. Or you are the person, all your afflictions are very slight, very little. There are short time, there are some time, not always means your afflictions are slight, balance, slight. Therefore, if you are this kind of person, let's say everybody, our emotions are quite balanced. You know, attachment, anger, ignorance is a 50, less than 50. Then you can use any of the object for your meditations. Or everybody, our afflictions are very slight, very weak, very minimal. Then again, you can use any of the object. You don't have to use particularly ugliness, particularly dependent arising. You can use any of this is okay. Then next sentence. Those who behavior is the balance should work at the whichever object they like, so as to attain just mental stability. This is not for the purpose of purifying behavior. Understand that the same applies to those who slight afflictions, right? Because we do meditation only achieving serenity this moment. Therefore, our emotions are quite balanced. You don't need to reduce your behaviors. You don't need to reduce your afflictions. You need to achieve the mindfulness. Therefore, you can use any of this object and try to achieve serenity. If your emotion is imbalance, anger is so strong, attachment is so strong, then we need to reduce the behaviors. Then we need to use very particular object to reduce the particular negative thoughts. Then they explain why somebody has a very strong emotions, negative emotion. Somebody has a very medium kinds of negative emotion. Somebody has a very minimal kinds of negative emotion. Why this happened? There is talking about is related to your previous life. The next sentence, being dominated by desire or another of those 5 afflictions means that in the previous life you were fully involved in the afflictions, become accustomed to it and experience it frequently. So that now even if there is a minor object of desire or another 5 affliction arise in the strong and long-lasting forms, right? So in our previous life, if we are very involved with these negative thoughts, then the object is very simple, the negative arising very strongly. Become accustomed to it and express it frequently. So then now, even if there is a minor object of desire, or another of the 5, minor object of desire, minor object of hatred, minor object of pride, very small object, right? Object. That affliction arises in strong and long-lasting form. Even the object is very simple object, the anger arises so strongly, attachment arising so strongly, because in our previous life, we frequently involve this kind of negative thoughts. Balance Behavior means that you are not fully involved in the desire and other in your previous life. You do not become accustomed to them, and you do not express them frequently. Still, you have not recognized that they are false, and you have not suppressed them. So while desire and such as are not predominant of the great durations, so it's linked with your previous life. So this one you can read yourself. Please look at the page number 41. Rivata, if a monk yogi, practitioner of the yoga, is confused, like confused or have an ignorance about the characteristic nature of all composite things. Please everybody read carefully. If a monk yogi, a practitioner of the yoga, is confused about the characteristic nature of all composite things. One. Number two, confused about the thing called person, self, living being, life, that which is reborn, or the nourishes or he should focus his mind on the object of meditation for XPT in aggregates. So please read until here from Rivata. Please everybody read in English, read in Chinese until in the aggregates. Okay, this sentence very clearly explains the XPT object of the 5 object of XPT, particularly the first 5 aggregates. Is confused about the characteristic nature of all composite things, confused about confused about the condition phenomena, confused about the person, self, living being, life, that which is reborn, or the nurture. Then what should we do? He should focus his mind on the object of meditation for XPT in aggregates. That means if you often do meditation about 5 aggregates, then you will be free from confusion about person, self, living being, and the person who come from previous life, who go for next life, who exists now, a nurture. Then if there's a confused about cause, if there's a confused about the cause, he should focus on the object of meditation for XPT in the constituents. Right? If you have a confusion, if you don't know, about how things arise, then you must meditate on the constituents. So please everybody read once more. If he is confused about cause, he should focus on the object of meditation for XPT in the constituents. That means meditating on constituent merely for removing ignorance about cause. If he is confused about condition, cause, second condition, he should focus on the object of meditation for XPT in sources. If he is confused about impermanence, suffering, selflessness, you should focus on the object meditation for XPT, independent arising, and on what is and is not possible. Right? If you're confused about impermanence, suffering, selflessness, please do meditation on dependent arising, particularly the 12 dependent arising include what is and is not possible. Now, I think you are quite clear about the object of meditation of XPT. Which person should focus their mind on the object of meditation for dispelling affliction is also stated in the Names Sutra, solving the question of Revata, right? So when which person focus their mind on the object of meditation for what? Dispelling the afflictions. The answer is here. If you wish to be very clear, please look at the books. If you wish to be free from the attachment of the desire realms, attachment of the desire realms. If you wish to be free from attachment of the desire realm, then same way you have to say attachment of the form realms, attachment of the within the formless realms. If you wish to be free from the attachment of the desire realm, focus your mind where? On the grossness of the desire realms and the calmness of the form realms. So first make sure you understand, if you wish to be free from attachment of desire realms, right? That means right now everybody have a desire of attachment of desire realm. We are very attached about this world, form, sound, smell, taste, texture, name and form. But we have a attachment of the desire realms. We don't have any attachment of the hell realms. We don't have an attachment of the hungry being realms. Then the being who born in the form realms, they don't have any attachment of the desire realms. When they look at the desire realm, they can see the desire realm is totally ugly. Look like, for example, you stay in your your dining place, your dining hall. Let's say you have a just first floor house. You have only just one floor house. Under your dining hall, there's a what you call the septic tanks. All the toilet collect there. Just below your dining hall, there's a septic tanks. All the sewer, everything collect there. When you open the door, when you look at, can you see, you can have an attachment, you have a desire, you can see it's very ugly, very nasty. Right? But when you look at around your house, you have a lot of attachment, lot of desire, but you don't have any attachment, desire about the toilet trunk, the septic tank. Therefore, if you wish to be free from attachment of the desire realms, focus your mind on the grossness of the desire realms, the calmness of the form realms. If you wish to be free from the attachment of the form realms, focus your mind on the grossness of the form realms and the calmness of the formless realms. If you wish to become detachment, not form and formless detachment, with all of the threshing aggregates, and wish to be free from them, then focus your mind on the truth of suffering and the truth of origin, truth of cessation, and the truth of the path. Right? Please, everybody, read from EBU all the way the truth of the path. You read slowly. Also Chinese, who are reading Chinese, please, read slowly. Please try to understand. Okay. Once more, if you wish to become detached, no attachment for desire, formless, totally detached. Okay, detachment with all of the tracing aggregates, with the aggregates, form, sound, smell, or the feeling, totally detached with the samsara. Detachment with the, if you wish to become disenchantment with all of the pressing aggregates and wish to be free from them, right? That means, and disenchantment with all the 5 aggregates, not only 5 aggregates, become disenchantment with all the samsara, then wish to be free from them. Yes, here you should not mistake, okay? He said, preaching aggregates. So when we become Buddha, when we achieve liberation, that means we are free from the cause of the samsara. But when we just achieve liberation, we still have this body, right? We are not free yet. Then when we take into parinirvana, then we won't have any more these precious, precious aggregates. We won't have the contaminated 5 aggregates. Still, we have another concept, 5 aggregates. That means we can be free from these 5 aggregates, but still we need to rely on the 5 aggregates. The 5 aggregates are different concept, different types of aggregates. Therefore, wish to be free from them, then focus your mind on the truth, suffering, the truth of origin of sufferings, the truth of the cessation, and the truth of the path. So mainly 4 noble truths. Therefore, when we do meditation on 4 noble truths, we can be free from the attachment, desire, anger. We can be free from samsara. If we only meditate on the grossness and the calmness, we can be free from desire realms. We can be born in the formless realms, still be in samsara. When we meditate on grossness and the calmness between form and formless realms, then we can be born into the formless realms, still be in samsara. If we really want to free totally from samsara, cause of the samsara, then meditate on 4 noble truths. Right? Next, you can use this object of meditation both for analytical meditation with the insight and for stabilizing meditation with the serenity. So they are not exclusively object of meditation for serenity. That means 4 noble truths can be object of meditation for serenity, can be object of insight. Also, that mental image can be object of serenity, can be object of insight. Insight, serenity, we cannot differentiate based on the object of meditation. But therefore here, look at, you can use this object of meditation, both for analytical meditation with insight and for stabilizing meditation with the serenity. So they are not exclusively object of meditation for serenity. Still, since some serve as an object of meditation for newly achieving serenity, and other are used for special purpose after attaining serenity, I have explained then there is a section object of meditation for serenity. So if you want to more clearly, you go back to how he explained about object meditation. Next, this is the new topic, synonymous of the object meditation, synonymous. There are synonymous for the images of the mental appearance of this object of meditation explained above. This pointed upon which the attention is kept. Right? What does mean? Object of meditation. This pointed upon which the attention is kept, or meditative basis for concentration. Then next one, also the image is called image, is also called sign of concentration, object in dominant of the concentration, technique of concentration, draw-through concentration, basis for attention, body of internal conceptualization, appearing image. No, these are synonymous of the image which accord with the object that is known. Those are synonymous. So we study a little bit about synonymous. There are synonymous for the images or mental appearance of this object of meditation explained above. Thus, number one, image is also called sign of the concentration. Second, object in the dominant of the concentration. Tingin joyul, tingin thap. Technique of concentration. Tingin go, draw through concentration. Then basis of attention. Number to believe. Body of internal conceptualization. Nangyen. Appearing image. Those are synonymous. Image, sign of concentration, object in dominance of concentration, technique of concentration, draw to concentration, basis for attention, body of internal conceptualization, appearing image, those are synonymous. So please, everybody memorize all these synonymous. Therefore, what we name image. So when we do meditation, make sure you always focus the aspect, the image of the object which is appeared to in your mind. Right? For example, when you meditate on ugliness, you should not think you are looking ugliness of the body, external body, somebody body. First, you think few times about the person body. Then through thinking, you have the correct understanding. The body is very ugly. So the ugliness appears to your mind. This we call image aspect. You meditate on the image. Then called sign. Sign, right? Sign means So when you focus the internal object, then there's a meditation. When you focus the outside, there's no meditation. Therefore, the sign of the concentration. Object in the dominant concentration. Those are synonymous. Next, identify object or meditation of this context. So in previous we learned, there's a 12 kinds of object. Then also we learn which object we must meditate on. Then also we learn the synonymous of the object of meditation. Please make sure everybody really understood. Otherwise, when you do meditation, doesn't matter how long you do meditation, how many times you do meditation, all your meditation is become false. Then you cannot achieve anything. Therefore, you really recognize, you understood what kind of object I must use for my meditation. Why I need to use this object. When I should use this object. So whom should use this object? Therefore, there are so many kinds of people, different people has different emotions. We cannot say this object must be for everybody. Therefore, many people, usually when they do meditation, always they do meditation on your, focus on your breath. This can be good for those people who has a lot of thoughts. They cannot focus. So many thoughts come. They reduce those thoughts, applying the meditation object as the breath. Then Lama Tsongkhapa said, you count your breath. Also, you just absorb your breath without distraction. That means you can count from 1 to 10, slowly 1 to 20, then 1 to 50, 1 to 100, without distraction. Very important. Now identify. Now from among these many objects of meditation, I have explained on which object of meditation should you basis yourself so as to achieve serenity, right? So Lama Tsongkhapa explained many objects. He explained based on all the Buddha teaching, based on all the Indian masters. So which object is the we must use in order to achieve serenity. Therefore, which object of meditation should you base yourself so as to achieve serenity is the question. So please everybody read the question. The answer here, as stated in the sutra passage cited above, there's no single definite object. Individual require their particular object of meditation. Very correct. There's not such a one object for everybody. It's individual. Let's say, it's up to your thoughts. Therefore, as stated in the sutra passage cited above, there's no single definite object. Individual require their particular object of meditation. Specifically, if you are dominant to achieve, determine if you are determined to achieve serenity at the less, and if your behavior is dominated by attachment or another affliction, then you need to use certain type of object or meditation, right? If you definitely want to achieve serenity, you focusing achieving serenity, then your mind is dominated by attachment, desire, anger, then you need to use particular object for your meditation. For if you do not, then you may attain a concentration, the approximate serenity, but you will not attain actual serenity. Let's say you really want to achieve serenity, then you use, let's say 5 aggregates as an object of meditation. So you want to achieve serenity using the 5 aggregates as an object of meditation. So you have been doing this meditation for a few months, but you never notice your mind is always distracted by attachment. And also you never try to reduce attachment. You always meditate on 5 aggregates. Then what happened? Then you need to use certain type of object meditation. For if you do not, right? If you do not use a particular object to reduce attachment, if you do not, then you may attain a concentration that approximate serenity. Then many years you meditate for 5 aggregates, you will achieve concentration, which is meditation, which is approximate. It's very similar serenity, but not actual serenity. Approximate serenity, but you will not attain actual serenity. It is said that even if you train with an object of meditation for purifying behavior, you will not achieve serenity unless you do for a very long time. So how could you ever achieve it? Right? Therefore, it is said that even if you train with an object of meditation for purifying behavior, you will not achieve serenity unless you do so for a very long time. It is said that even if you train with an object of meditation for purifying behavior, you will not achieve serenity unless you do so for a very long time. So how could you ever achieve it? By rejecting object of meditation for purifying behaviors. In particular, if you have a predominance of the discursiveness, then you definitely have to meditate on breath. If you are a person of balanced behavior or person with a slight affliction, then explained before, make your meditative best whichever of the object meditation explained above most appeal to you. So if you are kind of balanced person, if you are kind of slighted person, then you can use any of those objects which you most like, right? If your mind is dominated by attachment, anger, then first you use very particular object to reduce, then you will achieve serenity. Otherwise, you cannot. Now there's another point of view from Kamalashila. Alternatively, Kamalashila middle and last stage meditation follow the sutra on the concentration which precedes the body of the present face to face. Now, particularly Kamalashila explained how to achieve serenity based on the Buddha body, based on Buddha. The king of the concentration sutra in starting that you achieve concentration by focusing on the body of the Tathagata. Also, the master Bodhi Bahadra explained the multitude of the objects. So this one, I think we can go next time. The next class, definitely we will finish, identify the object of meditation. There's a few things I need to explain. Then we spend most time the flawless methods of meditation. So please everybody read page number until end of the page number 50, 42 to 50. Okay, so I always, request all of you, because live in Singapore, you have a very busy life. I can understand, I can see it. Also, I know you have a very, strong desire, kind of strong aspiration to practice Dharma. Therefore, even though you are very busy, even though it's so difficult to understand, each of the meaning, still you never give up. Still you try to understand the meaning of the Dharma. Also, you try to practice the Dharma, which is very good. I really appreciate, I really admire, I really rejoice them. But make sure each of the kind of, topics you fully understand. Whether you understand or not, if you read the books, the pages quite often. Therefore, please everybody, when you have a free time, definitely you will have a 1 hour every day. Every day, if you spend 1 hour with the Lamrim book, then, gradually you will get better understanding, better knowledge of Dharma, and most importantly, you will know how to meditate, how to practice the Dharma. Therefore, make sure you understood completely. Make sure you don't have any misunderstanding about the practice of Dharma, meaning of the Dharma. Also, when you do your practice, make sure you follow according to Buddha teaching, according to the Lamrim. Doesn't matter which tradition you follow. You follow like usually I personally don't like, you follow the Chinese Mahayana, you follow Theravada, you follow Tibetan tradition, Nyingmaka, Sakya, whichever you follow, make sure your understanding is correct. Your practice according to the Buddha teaching, according to the particular master. If you don't understand, if you are not sure about your understanding of Dharma, understanding of bodhicitta, understanding of passion, emptiness, so and so, please feel free. You can ask question. You can ask me the question. If you are not sure about your practice, please feel free. You can ask question on Sunday. Quite clear? Okay, and thank you so much. At the end, so we do the dedication prayers. I dedicate the merit, thus gather towards the realization of the deeds and the prayers of the old Buddhas and Bodhisattvas of the 3 times, and to the upholding the Dharma for teaching and realization. May I in all living, all lives, through the force of the merit, never separate from the 4 V's of Mahayana vehicle, and accomplish all the stage of the path, renunciation, bodhicitta, perfect view, and the 2 stages. So thank you so much for attending the Dharma class, and have a happy study, and see you on Sunday. Thank you.